What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chris, and we are back with another video. Yes, I know it's been a long time, but we are back with something different. Okay, while I've been away, I've been dibbling and dabbling in cryptocurrency, and with that being said, one of the currencies that I've been dealing with, sorry about that notification, but anyway, one of the currencies that I've been dealing with, which is Shiba Inu, has just gotten some pretty darn good news, man, from Coin Bureau, which is one of the most trusted, not only by me, but pretty much by YouTube community, one of the most trusted cryptocurrency informationist, is that a word? Informist. Informist in the community, and he changed his tune a little bit about or a lot bit, should I say, about Shiba Inu. So yeah, we're gonna react to that video, man, and just do a little deep dive or a shallow dive, whatever you want to say, just to hear out what he has to say about Shiba Inu, and see if we can learn some new things about Shib that we didn't know. Maybe even get a few faces that we've never seen. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video and enjoy.
If you're a fan of the channel, you've
guys.
probably noticed that I'm not very fond of meme coins. Now, Shiba Inu is one of the cryptos in this category, and it's one that I've only ever mentioned in a negative context. When I heard that Coinbase will be listed...
We not mad because you done it right along with everybody else. But after hearing, while I was listening to this, I went and bought some more SHIB. So, not financial advice.
SHIB, however, I began to consider the possibility that there might be more to this token than meets the eye. After all, if Shiba Inu was just another shitcoin, then there's no way in hell that Coinbase's experts would have allowed a SHIB listing. My research led me down a
That's another
dog
big
hole.
fact that even BitBoy was sentimenting, but BitBoy still, he said it in a negative context still. He was saying that he can't believe that SHIB was gonna, Coinbase was actually gonna list Shiba Inu, like, oh, they must just be doing anything now for the money. But we need haters in order to continue to motivate us. You feel me? Those haters are just making us more and more popular. The more they keep Shiba Inu name in their mouth, the more the coin is going to grow in popularity. So keep talking about us, baby. Keep talking.
I never expected. And it's modified my views enough to justify making a video about this crazy crypto. So today I'm going to tell you everything I found out about Shiba Inu and why SHIB might actually have potential.
Not might. It does have potential. Just say it. It's okay.
Before we let the dogs out, there's a disclaimer you should know about. You need to manage your finances yourself because nothing in this video is investment or financial help. Don't do anything stupid with your cash because of something I said. Always DYOR or you're going to get wrecked. If you're new to this crypto stuff, my name is Guy and I know that crypto can be tough. That's why I make high quality crypto content that anyone can digest. Coins, tokens, news, reviews and all the rest. If you're here to learn, subscribe to the channel and ping that notification bell to help you return. You'll notice I chopped up the video timeline with timestamps. You can use them to skip ahead or watch the whole way through if you're a true fan. Now that you're in the groove, here's everything you need to know.
I just want to say this first and foremost. All right, this video is going to be 21 minutes long or 20 minutes, depending on whatever. But go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to see me do some more crypto videos or SHIB videos, and I'll tell you my portfolio as well. And yeah, man, we can chop it up about SHIB as we go to the moon, baby. And also, what I was gonna say is, my wife made a good point about all of cryptocurrency. You know, in the end of the day, we're buying air, right? Like, it's virtual currency. So my point is with SHIB is like, hey, if the people say it's worth something, then it's worth something. If people one day up and say Ethereum is and Bitcoin aren't what we support, it has no value to us, then Ethereum will no longer have value, period. It's just like with the US dollar. It's just not going to have any value. It doesn't have any value. A car that could be hot back in 1970 is no longer hot today because people don't see the value in it anymore. It's all about our own perception of what you have and if it has value. Gucci isn't Steve Madden, whatever. It's all about the people. If the masses say it's worth something, then it's worth something. If they say it's not, then it's not. And that's how I feel about SHIB. The masses, 500,000 people are saying that SHIB is worth something. And after this video and after Shiba Swap come out, the masses are going to continue to grow. Once it hits Coinbase, it's going to continue to grow even more. So thank you, Coin Bureau, for even bringing more people to the plate, because we're all going to be eating very soon.
About Shiba Inu.
Now, it's not going to go up to 1 cent or $1.
Shiba Inu was created in August 2020 by a pseudonymous developer named Ryoshi. Although Shiba Inu is branded as the, quote, Dogecoin killer, Ryoshi explained in his first Medium post that the project is essentially an experiment in community governance and decentralization. Ryoshi came up with the idea for Shiba Inu with an anonymous friend who he'd met at the Ethereum DevCon conference in Japan in 2019.
We know who that is.
This anonymous friend is the one who created the SHIB token smart contract on Ethereum and also provided 10 ETH as liquidity for an ETH-SHIB trading pair on the Uniswap decentralized exchange. According to Ryoshi, this anonymous friend is a, quote, successful businessman, so 10 ETH is nothing for him. After the initial hype died down, Shiba Inu went into hibernation until February this year, when Ryoshi posted another article on Medium. In it, he explained that Shiba Inu's return is because, quote, with the resurgence of Doge, SHIB has caught fire and is threatening to turn over the entire market. The final sentence in the post also stuck out for me, and it reads, quote, I don't like centralized exchanges. Oftentimes they destroy community projects by price suppressions.
Yep.
I do not endorse any and only encourage you to use Uniswap and DEX. Shiba Inu's first news mention came in mid-March, and it was about a 300% price pump caused by Elon Musk's tweet that he would be getting a Shiba Inu dog. About 1 month later, the Shiba Inu community released the first version of their white paper, which is of course called the Woof paper. SHIB's similarities to Doge caused it and other dog-themed tokens to dominate the headlines in May, especially when Vitalik announced his massive SHIB burn and donation. I'll explain that when I get into SHIB's tokenomics. The Shiba Inu community conveniently released the second version of the project's Woof paper about a week ago, which means my explanation of how it works is up to date. As Shiba Inu's own website explains, SHIB is no longer just a meme token.
Nope.
It is a part of a larger ecosystem being built by the Shiba Inu community.
Baby.
Most of this ecosystem centers around DeFi.
What SHIB is going to do is going to stop all the pump and dump and all the pump and dumps from the whales. So they are working on something that is never been seen before. Okay, and this came from the AMA. So if you didn't watch the AMA or if you wasn't there live through the text, this is one of the things that they mentioned. So that is powerful within itself. This has never been done, guys. So let's get popping, baby. I'm hyped.
Specifically, the Shiba Swap decentralized exchange, whose code is currently being audited by Critic.
Overly hyped for SHIB.
Like some other DEXs, Shiba Swap's launch will begin with a 2-week liquidity event, which will incentivize liquidity providers to move their LP tokens from Uniswap and SushiSwap to Shiba Swap. Now, for those unfamiliar, liquidity provider tokens, or LP tokens, are given to users who give 2 cryptocurrencies to a decentralized exchange to earn fees for that trading pair. For example, if you provide ETH and USDC liquidity to the ETH USDC Uniswap pool, you will receive an equivalent amount of LP tokens. Well, not exactly, but that's a topic for another time. The main takeaway here is that these LP tokens represent the ETH and USDC you locked in the Uniswap pool. Each LP token type is fungible, i.e. identical, and can easily be traded with other users. By incentivizing Uniswap and SushiSwap LPs to move their LP tokens to Shiba Swap, it becomes possible to do something called a vampire attack, wherein all the liquidity on a DEX is swapped to another. In plain English, it makes it possible to take most of the cryptocurrency trading pair value from one DEX and move it to another DEX. From where I'm standing, it's clear that this is exactly what the Shiba Inu community is looking to do, and they're hoping to lure dog-minded LPs to their DEX with bones. Literally. Bone is an ERC20 token on Ethereum and a part of Shiba Inu's upcoming ecosystem. Bone is not yet in circulation. The Bone you'll find on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko is related to a different dog project. Shiba Inu's Bone will be given as reward to stakers and liquidity providers on the Shiba Swap DEX, and it will also give governance rights to its holders, where one Bone equals one vote. Bone can also be staked to earn more Bone, and providing liquidity for the Bone ETH pair will allow Bone ETH LPs to earn 0.1% of all DAI and USDT swap transactions. An interesting setup, to say the least. Bone will have a maximum supply of 250 million, and a predetermined amount of Bone will be generated per Ethereum block until it reaches its maximum supply in a few years. This emission schedule can be seen in the image here. Note that it's extremely aggressive during Shiba Swap's 2-week liquidity event to incentivize LPs to migrate their LP tokens from other DEXs. A small portion of the Bone per block will be allocated to a multi-signature development wallet to ensure the long-term sustainability of the project. The key holders to this multi-sig wallet can be seen here, and I'll leave a link to the WUF paper in the video description if you're having trouble seeing it on your device. On that note, it's worth pointing out that the first version of Shiba Inu's WUF paper notes that centralized exchanges will not be allowed to earn any Bone rewards from Shiba Swap, whereas the second version specifies that, quote, unaffiliated centralized exchanges will be barred from earning Bone rewards. This is one of the few changes between the two WUF papers, with most relating to the Bone rewards earned by stakers and LPs, which deal in not just Bone and SHIB, but another token called Leash. Leash is another ERC20 token on Ethereum and also part of Shiba Inu's upcoming ecosystem. Leash is in circulation as of April, and it was initially designed to, quote, tame Doge by rebasing to 1000x the price of Doge at 6:30 UTC every day. Now, as a simple example, if Doge is worth 1 cent at that time, Leash will rebase to $10. Ryoshi's reasoning behind Leash is to, quote, offer a synth to hedge the price of Doge. Anyways, Leash is no longer a rebase token. It has a maximum supply just north of 107,000 Leash, all of which is in circulation. This low supply is why Leash has such a high dollar value, in case you didn't know. While Leash has no use case per se, it can be staked to earn Bone, and those who provide liquidity for the Leash ETH pair will earn 0.1% of all wrapped BTC and USDC swap transactions. This brings us to our third and last token, and that's SHIB. SHIB is an ERC20 token on Ethereum and the flagship token of the Shiba Inu ecosystem. SHIB had an initial supply of 1 quadrillion. 50% of this supply went to the initial ETH SHIB pool on Uniswap, and the remainder was sent to Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin's cold wallet address by Shiba Inu's founder. The reason why Ryoshi did this is not entirely clear, but it was likely for marketing purposes, since many other cryptocurrency projects have tried running campaigns saying Vitalik supports their project after sending their tokens to Vitalik's wallet address without his knowledge. Whether Vitalik had advanced knowledge of this token transfer in particular is something I'll dig into later. According to Vitalik, he noticed earlier this year that he had billions of dollars of a token called SHIB in his cold wallet address. At the time, Vitalik was a billionaire from his ETH holdings alone, so he figured that donating these dog tokens would be the best course of action. There's just one problem, and that's that Vitalik was stuck overseas because of the pandemic, and part of his cold wallet address was at his parents' home in Canada. After assembling the full seed phrase, Vitalik accessed his cold wallet and proceeded to burn 80% of the SHIB tokens he'd been given. He then donated the remaining 20% to various organizations and causes, notably the India COVID Relief Fund and an institute which specializes in longevity research. There are apparently other organizations which have yet to announce that they've received SHIB tokens from Vitalik as a donation. Now this is important to note because it's been falsely reported that Vitalik burned 90% of his SHIB and donated the rest to just the India COVID Relief Fund. In any case, the total value of the SHIB Vitalik burned was over $6 billion at the time.
Ooh,
it's unlikely that this money could have been cashed out because of market depth, but that's neither here nor there. As with leash, SHIB does not have a specific use case. However, SHIB can be staked to earn a boatload of bone in addition to 0.1% of all ETH swap transaction fees on Shiba Swap, which is likely to be lucrative. And now for the moment I'm sure you've all been waiting for, the SHIB price analysis. SHIB was worth next to nothing until the end of February, when its price started to spike alongside Doge. SHIB continued rising into March and April and peaked in mid-May at 0.003 of a cent after its Binance listing announcement. The massive crash that came shortly afterwards was caused by a combination of sell pressure from SHIB donation recipients coupled with the general crash of the crypto market. Even though SHIB has fallen from grace, it still somehow has a market cap of over $3.3 billion. And this brings me to a very important point. SHIB will never reach a cent, much less $1, and that's because its supply is so massive. This is something that the average crypto investor doesn't seem to understand. Reaching $1 would give SHIB a market cap of nearly $400 billion, which would make it larger than Ethereum.
But SHIB analysts believe
I hate to burst your bubble, but that's not going to happen. That said, SHIB still seems to have some potential given that it's moments away from releasing the Shiba Swap DEX, which will drive demand that doesn't depend on Dogecoin. Call me crazy, but I think we could see SHIB retest its previous all-time high, especially if the rest of the crypto market is moving in the same direction. SHIB's Coinbase listing will certainly help as retail traders pile in under the pretense that they'll get rich if it goes to $1, which again isn't going to happen. On that note, you might be wondering why SHIB isn't trading on Coinbase already. Well, apparently this is due to technical issues on Coinbase's side, which also delayed the listing of Solana's Sol by over a month. The strange thing is that SHIB isn't on its own blockchain, it's an ERC20 token. Now, to my understanding, ERC20 tokens are extremely easy to list on an exchange. So this leads me to believe that there are other reasons for SHIB's Coinbase listing delay, and one of these might relate to the Shiba Swap DEX. Coinbase tends to list cryptocurrencies that are complete, and Shiba Inu won't be complete until the Shiba Swap DEX launches. Rather than backtrack on their listing announcement, Coinbase might be claiming technical issues to buy time so as not to set a bad precedent for future token listings. You can learn more about Coinbase's listing criteria by watching my video about that using the link up there in the top right. So, when could we see the Shiba Swap DEX? Members of the Shiba Inu community have already released DEX demos on YouTube, so we know it's not just smoke and mirrors. Shiba Swap has actually been in the works for quite some time, and I suspect that the launch was delayed after the release of Uniswap v3. This is because LP tokens on Uniswap v3 are non-fungible. They're literally like NFTs, and this means that other DEXs can't pull off the sort of vampire attack I described earlier. To my understanding, Shiba Swap will be released once Critic completes its audit of the code. While there does not appear to be a set date for this, I couldn't help but notice that the latest WOOF paper shows Bone's emission schedule beginning on July the 1st this year, so it could be live by the time this video hits the tube. As with the first WOOF paper, the second version also reiterates the fact that the official roadmap for Shiba Inu is, quote, top secret, though it does offer a few hints as to what comes next after Shiba Swap. The first thing we will see after Shiba Swap launches is the introduction of a fourth token called Treat, whose tokenomics have yet to be detailed. All we know is that it will be a, quote, very special token. Later this year, we will see the formation of the, quote, Doggy DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization that will govern the Shiba Inu ecosystem. No fixed date has yet been provided for the DAO. Shiba Inu's longer-term roadmap was detailed by Ryoshi in his most recent Medium post at the end of May, and it contains some pretty ambitious goals. The first is the creation of a layer 2 blockchain for Ethereum called Shibarium, which will have Bone as its native token. Ryoshi notes that he's reached out to a team which will develop this blockchain pro bono, and I suspect it might be Polygon, given Ryoshi's description of Shibarium. The second goal depends on the first, and that's a creation of a stablecoin called SHI that's pegged to 1 cent. With SHI and Shibarium, Ryoshi hopes that Shiba Inu will finally become the Dogecoin killer it was bred to be. Did I mention that it will do DeFi as well? Or should I say SheepFi? Anyways, the final goal detailed by Ryoshi involves the creation of Shibakhan, an annual crypto conference for Shiba Inu enthusiasts. Tentative dates and locations have already been set for the first 3 Shibakhan conferences. And this brings me to today's last topic. Who the hell is Ryoshi?
I shouldn't say I can't.
All detailed by Ryoshi involves the creation of...
Buenos Aires, is that Brazil? Buenos Aires in Brazil in 2023. Huh? And what about Budapest? That's India? Hungary. And then Bangkok is Japan. Oh, Bangladesh? Why did I say Japan? Oh Lord. So Bangkok is Bangladesh. Is that like in the Philippines or something?
It's in Bangladesh, bro.
Where's Bangladesh?
Asia.
The Philippines and Asia too? Like where's it next to?
I don't know. Shoot. Look it up.
Oh, let's see. Nevertheless, it's been recommended for the first 3 years for the sake of global inclusiveness and easily accessible location for global players that do not have oppressive visa restrictions. Okay. So Bangkok doesn't have it, Buenos Aires doesn't have it, and Budapest doesn't have visa restrictions, guys. So that is something that they are taking into consideration. So all of us can make it to one of these locations. 2022 next year. So yeah, we're gonna be rich enough to make it to one to these at least wealthy enough, shall I say, to make it to one of these Shibakhans. I can't wait. That's gonna be fire. Oh my god. I've never been neither one of these countries, so let's get it popping.
Of Shibakhan, an annual crypto conference for Shiba Inu enthusiasts. Tentative dates and locations have already been set for the first 3 Shibakhan conferences.
Next year, guys.
And this brings me to today's last topic. Who the hell is Ryoshi? To my understanding, Ryoshi's identity has yet to be revealed. However, what we do know about him suggests that this whole Shiba Inu saga didn't happen by accident. Ryoshi's first Medium post finishes with a rare photo of Vitalik Buterin in Japan, presumably during DevCon in 2019.
Does that look like Ryoshi?
The man in the brown jacket is apparently Ryoshi himself. If this is true, then Vitalik may be the anonymous friend Ryoshi credits for creating the Shiba Inu smart contract and providing the initial ETH liquidity for SHIB on Uniswap. More importantly, it's not just Vitalik who's in that photo.
With a Shiba.
Ethereum Foundation Director Aya Miyaguchi is also seen walking with the group, which presumably contains individuals. Director Aya Miyaguchi is also seen with Vitalik, who's in that photo. Ethereum Foundation Director Aya Miyaguchi is also seen walking with the group, which presumably contains individuals of similar stature. Regardless of who Ryoshi is, it's clear that he has close connections to some very important people in crypto. And this means that he's not just some anonymous developer who came out of nowhere. To be clear, I don't mean to imply that Ryoshi is some sort of malicious actor looking to get rich quick. Quite the contrary, in fact. Ryoshi apparently has 0 stake in SHIB and only bought a bit at the beginning on Uniswap like everyone else before selling shortly afterwards. This is easily verified by checking SHIB's distribution on Etherscan, which is pretty equitable for a meme token. What's more is that even though Ryoshi put this project into motion, he doesn't seem to play a very important role at all. Almost everything about Shiba Inu has been made by its community, so much so that Shiba Inu's own social media accounts have been hijacked on multiple occasions by bad actors looking to undermine the project. Dogecoin sympathizers, perhaps. As many questions as there still are around Shiba Inu, there's no doubt that this is a dog crypto unlike any other, and it may in fact be the Dogecoin killer. So, given everything I've detailed in this video, I bet you're wondering if I still think Shiba Inu is a shitcoin.
I'm investing more money.
Well, I'll start by saying that it definitely doesn't fall into the same category as most other meme coins. Shiba Inu's origin story is eerily similar to Dogecoin's. Both began as a joke, and were it not for Elon Musk's tweets, they would both be dead altcoins. Where Shiba Inu and Dogecoin differ is the connections they have to the crypto community. Doge is really just a meme and nothing more.
Period.
All the development and growth seems to be coming from a handful of fanboys who have probably lost touch with reality by now. By contrast, SHIB is close to becoming a big player in Ethereum's ecosystem by overcoming the shortcomings of Dogecoin. As community-driven as Shiba Inu is, there definitely seem to be some seriously prolific people behind the project. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Ryoshi is in fact someone well-known and liked by the Ethereum Foundation. I mean, you don't just magically find yourself hanging out with Vitalik.
Exactly.
Vitalik also fits the profile of a, quote, successful businessman who has no shortage of ETH and also has a history of handing out cryptocurrency to projects and causes he believes. Vitalik also fits the profile of a, quote, successful businessman who has no shortage of ETH and also has a history of handing out cryptocurrency to projects and causes he believes in. I think it's likely that Vitalik knew about his SHIB allocation in advance, but like Ryoshi, Vitalik probably didn't think Shiba Inu would become a billion-dollar enterprise. While I certainly don't doubt Vitalik's character, I find it convenient that the dollar amount of SHIB he donated corresponds to the dollar amount he held in other cryptocurrencies at the time. I'm not familiar with Canadian tax law, but I don't think gifts are tax.
I'm just going to say this. Sometimes, like, just throwaway projects or projects you don't really think will work, but you think would be a great idea, just like Fortnite. I know it's a weird comparison, but Fortnite was not one of the main games that the developers were making. They kind of built Fortnite and kind of just left it on the side. And then Fortnite ended up getting great popularity, and then it shot through the roof, like became the #1 game being played for at least 2 years straight almost, right? You get Ninja, you got all these kids streaming and getting good at the game, and drove the popularity up, everybody getting rich off of it, making money, great videos, great entertainment, having millions of kids playing the game, right? And adults. Same thing with SHIB right now. That's just how I feel about it. You know, it was kind of like something they probably built and kind of like, you know, it was like, hey, if it does something, then we'll go forward with our plans. Because you don't just come up with, oh, I'm going to have Shiba Swap, oh, I'm going to make bone, leash and treats and all these other different tokens and things off of it without already having this stuff in the works. You know, Shiba Inu is still a young, new project. I think made last year. You just don't do the things they're doing by mishap. You know, if it took off, they were going to go forward with the plan, and that's what they're doing right now.
And that SHIB donation is probably tax deductible. If I'm correct, this would make it possible for Vitalik to sell over $1 billion in cryptocurrency tax-free this year if he wanted to, and more power to him if that's the case. I reckon he deserves it. If Shiba Inu shows us anything, it's that it really doesn't take that much to make money in cryptocurrency. The question is how you use that money to make something meaningful that will last and benefit everyone involved, not just the people who got in early. This idea lies at the heart of Shiba Inu, and even though I'm still not sold on the project, that is something I can respect. Now I want to hear your thoughts, people. What do you think of Shiba Inu? Is my review barking mad or the mutt's nuts? Sorry, but I have kept dog jokes to a minimum today. Let me know in the comments below. And before you go, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ping that notification bell to stay in the know. If you want to keep up with my crypto flow, you can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Telegram, and subscribe to my weekly newsletter to see my personal crypto portfolio. The last thing I'll shill is the Coin Bureau merch store, which contains the best crypto shirts and hoodies you can buy with your bills. You can get your hands on those and my other resources by using those links down there in the video description. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I've got to go walkies, so I'll see you all soon.
guys. So hey, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. This is all great news. There was not one bad piece of news in there besides him saying that it's not going to get to 1 cent or $1. But he also said before that SHIB was a scam and it was something that you should not invest in. So, you know, SHIB has been changing people's minds very, very fast. So with that being said, you know, hey, maybe they have some more things up their sleeve. As you can see, they have a lot of things up their sleeves actually, including that Shibakhan. So I can't wait for Shibakhan. So I can't wait for that to take place. But you know, they have been breaking barriers. So who knows if it can get to 1 cent or $1? You never know, man. Only time will tell. And they've been doing some things pretty fast. So let's just see how it goes. Once it's time for the Shiba Swap to open, highly encouraged to go ahead and start staking your coins to get Bone, because obviously Bone is going to play an important role in a lot of the future projects they have. So that's what I'm going to start doing. I have my coin staking right now, especially the first 2 weeks, guys. Put all your coins in if you can, or whatever you feel comfortable with, should I say. Not financial advice, but the first 2 weeks is when they're going to be highly aggressive on giving out that Bone when you're staking. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm staking mine right now. Kind of ticked that I got the amount I have staked with crypto.com right now, because I put it in for 3 months because I don't plan on selling it anyway. So I was just like, hey, let it sit in there for 3 months. But now probably gonna have to match what I have in crypto.com so I can bury it over here. And I need to have some Ethereum set to the side as well, so I can actually send my money where I need to send it to get it staked in Shiba Swap. So now I have to go to SHIB Analyst and relearn how to do that, because things are about to get real, and once it goes, it's going. So be ready, everybody. That's all I can say right now. But I have big plans for this coin, this token, and for a couple of others. So we'll discuss that if y'all want later, at a later date and time. But just leave a thumbs up, man, and leave in the comment section if y'all want to talk about other coins and other projects that are on the horizon that I feel are going to explode as well. So if y'all want to know about those, let me know in the comment section once again, and I'll make another video tomorrow. All right, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.